Yes, thank you, Darren. That means we can concentrate on the Premier League action this weekend, getting underway on BBC Radio 5 Live, right here, right now, as Fat Boy Slim was just saying in the background here at the Cardiff City Stadium. The reason for that quiz, of course, those players that have played in those derbies: Chelsea, Fulham, Arsenal, Spurs and Liverpool, Everton. Those three games coming up on Sunday, and 5 Live has full commentary of the Merseyside derby on Sunday from 4:15. Big weekend for one man in particular here, and I'm just standing up in our position to spy him. I see him. His name is Neil Warnock. He's the Cardiff City boss. He's got his big blue Cardiff coat on. Big Premier League game for him and his team tonight, trying to climb out of the bottom three. And tomorrow, Michael Brown, he will celebrate his 70th birthday. He has been a football manager in his lifetime longer than he hasn't been. 38 years as a football manager, 15 clubs, 1,500 games, 8 promotions, more than anyone else. You've played under him. I mean, just to still be there now doing it is a phenomenal achievement.
And 10 retirements, not forget. He's retired so many times. I played for him at Sheffield United, then Leeds. He was retiring the next season. He just can't let go. He loves this game. He loves the day-to-day. He loves the highs and lows that you get from Neil Warnock, and that passion. And you can see sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But a wonderful career and a fantastic achievement as still managing at the age of 70.
From playing under him, Michael, what was his best attribute? What really got you going about playing for Neil Warnock?
He was excellent just before kick-off. I thought that's what he's a real masterstroke of building your confidence as a player, and at half-time, whether it's not going well or it is, that the ability to change games. He could do that very, very well, and to build a great team spirit and a great environment for training every day.
Talking about changing things, we said it might be a back three tonight. We're watching Cardiff line up in their bright blue shirts. They're ready to go, and it does look like they're going to do that, Michael. It looks like Camarasa at right wing back, Junior Hoylett in the team at left wing back. The back three, but as you've been saying, Bruno Ekwel-Manga, who's been playing right back in the back four this season, you feel when Cardiff don't have the ball, will have a sort of special assignment to get in front of the defence.
I do think Cardiff will be looking to make him drift inside, to pick that. They sort of play like a box formation with Moutinho and Neves and maybe Costa and maybe Traore coming inside to create that four. So they want to pick that up, stop that flow of possession very, very quickly. But with playing Traore today, will he go out wide to put that all into a totally different perspective?
Yeah, that's one of the Wolves team changes. We're underway at the Cardiff City Stadium, and Wolverhampton Wanderers in change kit this evening. Adama Traore, the easiest man to spot, with that streak of peroxide hair right down the middle of his head, shaved either side. He's one of the changes for Wolves. He comes in for Ivan Cavallero. Roman Saiss comes into the back three for Ryan Bennett. So that's the first time this season that Nuno's changed that. Junior Hoylett's in for Greg Cunningham from Cardiff's point of view. And Josh Murphy, having been on the bench for the 1-0 defeat against Everton last weekend, is going to be up top for Cardiff, with Callum Patterson playing off him. We're underway. I'll get you through the full team lineups in just a second. Cardiff starting tonight in the bottom three, 19th spot, but it's so tight down there that a win this evening takes them above 4 teams and up into 15th. And Wolves start this evening in 11th on 16 points, but in this sticky little patch at the moment, having lost 4 of the last 5 games. Well beaten, outplayed at home by Huddersfield last Sunday. Junior Hoylett's making his first dart forward down the left-hand side, stopped in his tracks. Gunnarsson steps in, blocks the pass away, and it's out for a Wolves throw. Just over a minute played, 0-0. A little bit of edge to this game as well, Michael, because of what happened here in April. A real harem-scarum last few minutes of a game. Wolves won it 1-0 as they were heading towards the championship title. Ruben Neves scored the free kick. Cardiff missed 2 penalties in stoppage time.
Oh, it was an amazing game, an amazing ending. That was when Wolves took that, when the whistle went, he sort of said that we are promoted. That was a big celebration here at Cardiff City, and that might not have sat well, and they need a reaction for their home supporters.
Yeah, Neil Warnock didn't like the celebrations, particularly from Nuno. They're standing about 7 or 8 yards apart at the moment. They've since kissed and made up. They didn't shake hands after the game. Cardiff 0, Wolves 0. Good header away here by Willy Bolly. Ruben Neves gets on the ball, plays it forward to Traore, who's able to turn and face up against Morrison. Slides a pass down the left-hand side for Helder Costa. Ekwel Manga chases him. Costa drags it back into the penalty area, and Camarasa nips in with a really important tackle for Cardiff there. Floats it forward. Callum Patterson with a flick on. Camarasa's there again, up to the halfway line, goes steaming past the ball, and Vinagre couldn't keep it in play for Wolves. Takes a little clip for his pains as well on his toes of his left boot. Throw in for Cardiff. Here's your teams then. Neil Etheridge in goal, Ekwel Manga, the captain Sean Morrison, and Sol Bamba is Cardiff's back three. Junior Hoylett and Victor Camarasa are the wing backs. Aaron Gunnarsson in front of them. Joe Rawls and Harry Arter with this job to try and stifle that flow from Neves and Moutinho, the two Portuguese who make Wolves tick. And then Callum Patterson playing off Josh Murphy up front. Cardiff have won another throw inside Wolves territory on the right hand side, and Wolves have Rui Patricio in goal. Familiar 3-4-3. Seiss in for Bennett alongside Cody and Willy Bolly. Doherty and Vinagre are the wing backs. Neves and Moutinho in central midfield. Helder Costa and Adama Traore in support of the Mexican Raul Jimenez up front. Good buzz inside this stadium early on as Joe Rawls floats a pass down the left-hand side for Hoylett to chase. Two Wolves defenders for company. He's making a nuisance of himself there. Eventually it's stabbed away and out for the Cardiff throw. Michael Brown.
Well, the supporters like it. Junior Hoylett, as soon as he gets the ball, nice and positive, trying to drive down that left-hand side. It's a strange position he's found himself in at left wing-back today for the team. But he certainly started this game very, very well.
Right, first long throw of the evening is on its way. Wolves know what's coming here. Aaron Gunnarsson is getting all the moisture off the ball before taking 4 or 5 steps, and then it slips out of his hands, ironically enough. Neves heads it away. Rawls drives it wide of the left foot on the half volley. Struck it really sweetly, and it just flashes past the right-hand post. Good positive start by Cardiff.
It was a great start, and when Gunnarsson throws that long throw in, they work on it all through the week about boxing them in, not letting Wolverhampton Wanderers come out. They certainly did that again. It fell to Rawls with a lovely left-footed strike. It was very unfortunate, just went wide. Right,
Wolves are going to play out from the back. Patricio gets the ball back, and Callum Patterson comes hurtling in to try and close him down quickly. Gunnarsson then wins the next ball, fires it up to Josh Murphy. Murphy is fouled, and so Cardiff get themselves a free kick. So Cardiff have come flying out of the traps, which is exactly what Neil Warnock wanted. 2 wins so far this season, have both come at home, have come in the last 3 games. They beat Fulham by 4 goals to 2, and I was here for the 2-1 win against Brighton, the late goal from Sol Bamba, when he then ripped his shirt off and the whole stadium went bonkers. Free kick then. Joe Rawls will step up and swing it in with his left foot to the far post, and Sean Morrison gets a good header on it, can't direct it on goal, well wide and behind for the Wolves goal kick.
Yeah, it was a great ball in from a wide area. Joe Rawls just sort of drifts that ball with an out-swinging corner. Great head at back post from Morrison, but just too big for the advanced Sol Bamba on the back post.
So Patricio now is going to wave his centre-backs forward, getting the whistles and the jeers from the Cardiff fans. He's in a mixture of red and grey goalkeeping uniform for Wolves this evening, shirt untucked. Hoylett's on the ball again for Cardiff, turns and just floats one down the inside left channel. Cody is there for Wolves, chests it down, clears with his right foot, and Sol Bamba lets the ball run out for a Cardiff throw on the left-hand side. So the Wolves' recent run started with a home defeat against Watford, where they conceded, I think it was twice in the space of just over a minute, lost that game 2-0. Went to Brighton, played pretty well and lost 1-0. Went 3-0 down at home against Tottenham, got that back to 3-2 but lost the game. Got themselves a point at Arsenal with a good performance there, and then beaten by Huddersfield last weekend when they weren't quite so good. Here's Bolly on the ball for them. Short sleeve shirt, black cotton gloves, plays it to Connor Cody. Cody back to Bolly. Harry Arter comes charging in, slides as Bolly plays it down the left-hand side, and then I can very clearly see him saying, "I never touched it." But Bolly played the ball forward, and the assistant referees decided to give the throw to Wolves. Cardiff think it's their throw. We've got to get the message across here. Ekwel Manga eventually drops the ball, and Wolves get it, but they're going to have to come 30 yards back down the pitch.
Well, I'm just laughing. The birthday boy, Mr. Neil Warnock, is not best pleased with that. He's gone straight into, I'm seeing it's Martin Atkinson, the fourth official. he's in his ear. It should have been a Cardiff throw.
Might have even thought it was a birthday wind-up. It wasn't. Wolves did get the throw. Back underway here. Good work from Willy Bolly. Up to the halfway line on the left-hand side. Pacey pass forward. Talking pace. Here's Traore. First touch. Flicks it round the corner. Even he can't catch that. Slides along down by the byline, but goes over that line with the ball. And Cardiff get themselves a goal kick. 7.5 minutes played. BBC Radio 5 Live. And it's Cardiff 0, Wolves 0. Michael Brown enjoying the action with us this evening.
I am just watching. Adama Traore has gone right up into the middle as a 9 at the front of the pitch for Wolves. I think they're looking to turn him round, use that pace. He was unfortunate not to get in. It was a great touch, but he ran it out of play. But that's what I think they changed the plan. They're going to try and go forward a little bit earlier.
Saiss wins a header for Wolves. Neves jumps and wins the next one. Sol Bamba side foots a pass out to Hoylett. That was awkward to control, but he did it well, and he's won a throw as well, knocking the ball into the shins of Doherty, and Cardiff have the throw. Hoylett goes sprinting away down the left-hand side to offer an option for Josh Murphy there. Murphy decides to leave it for Hoylett, and then Hoylett in fact is going to leave it for Gunnarsson, and we're going to get another long one launched into the penalty area. And the referee, quite rightly, Andre Mariner, says, hurry this along please, gentlemen, as Sean Morrison goes running into the near post area for Cardiff. Better throw this time from Gunnarsson. Morrison is there, and it's nodded behind for a corner. First corner of the evening for Cardiff. And they will cause problems from set pieces. They always do.
They always do. It's not always pretty to watch, this patient build-up of the long throw. Who was going to take it? They knew what they were doing. They were killing that time, and they're just playing percentage for this set piece.
Cardiff corner then, coming from the left-hand side. Camarasa will take it. It'll be an in-swinger with the right boot into the near post. Cody with the header away. Nicely controlled by Hoylett. Back out to the left, and here's Camarasa onto his right foot. Poor cross. Doherty with the header away. Arter under pressure controls the ball and plays it sideways to Joe Rawls. Rawls puts another cross into the area. Patterson challenges for it. Morrison wins the next one. The ball's just outside the Wolves box. Moutinho heads it away, and it's back with Gunnarsson again. So Wolves just struggling to get out for the time being. Hoylett with a bit of pace goes zipping down the left-hand side and then completely slices the cross off balance and behind for the goal kick.
It's a big test now for Wolverhampton Wanderers. The pressure's on. They're defending quite well. There's a great header from Cody there under a bit of pressure from Callum Patterson. They're going to keep putting those balls in. And it's a testing. They need to ride this pressure, get their ball down on the park and start playing.
FA Cup second round weekend has also begun this evening. Solihull Moors, Tim Flower's team, sitting 6th in the National League up against League One Blackpool. That's on BBC 2 tonight. We'll keep you updated with the latest score here on 5 Live, and plenty more FA Cup second round ties on the way over the weekend. The third round draw, by the way, Monday night from 7:30. You'll be able to hear it live here on 5 Live. Watch it live on BBC One. It'll also be on the BBC Sport website and app. Traore from the throw, looking for a little 1-2 with Doherty. Doherty's here down by the byline. Nutmeg on Hoylett. Hoylett just clipped it with his heel in time. It's gone behind for the Wolves corner. They'll take their time. Moutinho slowly comes jogging forward. Short little figure. Incredibly experienced midfielder that Wolves have signed this summer. 113 caps for his country. Euro 2016 winner. Title winner in Portugal and France as well. Helder Costa hits the deck inside the penalty area. Corner comes into the near post. Headed away, bounces down on the edge of the Cardiff box. Little flick on from Rawls. Hoylett then clears it up to Josh Murphy. Murphy's against Cody here. Cody's got a handful of his shirt. He can't control him. Murphy's away from him down the left-hand side. Now faces up against Vinagre. Still Murphy inside the penalty area. Tries to get that cross in. It's blocked. And eventually it goes out for a goal kick. Andre Mariner said it came back off the defender onto Murphy. But up against two there, Michael. He did really well.
He was up again. You speak about this boy Murphy. They say he's got everything. It's just about the decision making now as he develops into his career. The better he can do that, the better he's going to go on with his career. But wonderful pace. It should have been a corner.
Yeah, that's another odd decision by the officials here this evening. I certainly didn't see a touch on Murphy. We obviously have the benefit of the replays. Traore controls it for Wolves just inside the Cardiff half. Good strength. Neves plays it forward here. Jimenez, flying effort at getting a pass to Costa. Morrison's then brought down inside the centre circle, and Cardiff get themselves the free kick.
It's a fascinating little spell of the game now. No one's really controlling it. Cardiff have got that little bit more pressure. Wolves are trying to play and get out, but Cardiff are fantastic in their pressing at this moment in time.
First time these two teams have met in the top division of English football since another Friday, 9th of February 1962, across the way at the old Ninian Park when Wolves ran out 3-2 winners. 56 years later, and here we are as Neves looks for the long ball forward to Adama Traore. He's not going to catch that. Etheridge well off his line there, knowing about the dangers of Traore's speed. Clears with his right foot. Bolly wins the header but heads it backwards. Camarasa has got Vinagre behind him, plays the pass back to Aquel-Manga. Gunnarsson chips one over the top. Patterson was in a lot of space, went running towards the ball and then realised he was offside, stopped, and the flag went up. I think maybe he should have made it clearer, Michael, that he wasn't going for that ball.
He was going for it. He had to give it. He had to give him offside. He was too close to the ball. It's always that difficult one now where, Joe, are you interfering in play, second phase, etc. He did step towards the ball, then he realised he didn't have to, but it made the Wolves defenders stop.
Does look like he should be flying a wartime aircraft, Callum Patterson. He's gone with a very sort of short cropped haircut on the top, cut in a sort of bowl style with a really thick bushy moustache. That might be a part of Movember, actually.
I certainly hope so.
Morrison heads it up towards Patterson, who's been doing a brilliant job up front for Cardiff this season, having recently for his national team Scotland played it right back in their excellent wins against Albania and Israel. Neil Warnock's having another chuckle with Nuno here as Cardiff get themselves a free kick, and Nuno is none too impressed and doesn't engage there, just turns his back on Warnock. Cardiff free kick, 14 minutes played in the first half, ahead of another big weekend of live sport here on BBC Radio 5 Live. The centrepiece probably in the boxing ring over in LA, early hours of Sunday morning, that WBA heavyweight championship of the world title fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Exclusive radio commentary here on 5 Live and on the BBC Sport website. Little pass from Jimenez, well intercepted here by Sol Bambu, then keeps it for Cardiff, looks for an option forward, can't see one, turns, slightly panics there and comes all the way back to his goalkeeper Etheridge, who thumps the diagonal forward, gets a bit too much on it. Josh Murphy will chase it all the way through, and Patricio is off his line, just uses the moisture of the top surface to come sliding forward and grab the ball with both hands. But Cardiff are causing Wolves problems here in the first 15 minutes, Michael.
They are causing them problems. The high energy, can they keep this up with this, the pressing that they're doing? Arter's everywhere at the moment. Camarasa, I like him. He's been a great signing so far, good ability, but he's got that work ethic that you wouldn't think he would have had. When Neil Warnock signed him, wasn't possibly sure. He's done very well.
Aquel-Manga under a bit of pressure from Costa here. Costa tries to run round him and get away from him. A real tangle of arms, legs and shirt pulling from both players. Cardiff come away with the ball. Gunnarsson just inside his own half. Floated ball for Junior Hoylett to chase. Hoylett stopped in his tracks, and that's an easy one for Doherty to get back and head back to his goalkeeper, Rui Patricio. Despite the 4 defeats in the last 5 games, were Wolves to win tonight, they'd be back in the top 10. They'd be on 19 points after 14 games. They'd only be 1 point behind Watford and Bournemouth, and by all accounts everyone thinks they're having fantastic seasons. They'd only be 2 points behind Manchester United.
But if they don't win, where will they be? Are they looking over the shoulder as that promoted team with only 1 point in 5 games? So it's a huge game for both teams today. It's a big chance for Cardiff to obviously get out of that bottom 3, and again for Wolves to stop that the rot that they're in.
Traore finds space on the right hand side, 2 players in the middle to aim at, chips the crossing, takes a deflection, Bamba intercepts at the near post and nods it behind for a corner, and Nuno actually turns to his bench there and makes that point, mate. Michael, he was saying 2, he said there are 2 players in there at the far post.
He was looking for better quality. It was a great run. That's what you often find with these very quick players. Can they get their head up at the same time and then pick somebody out in the air? It's very difficult. Cardiff defended it. It's a corner. It's a good play from Wolves.
Moutinho again will take the Wolves corner. Cardiff 0, Wolves 0. Rain still falling. Moutinho with his right foot and away swinger headed down. Etheridge saves. Oh, and Doherty with a lovely finish at the far post. Quickest to the ball. Left-footed, side-footed into the roof of the net. And Wolves have the lead in South Wales. It's Cardiff 0, Wolves 1.
It's a wonderful set piece, a great delivery, a great header. It comes off Etheridge, makes a great save down to his right hand side, and there's Doherty just to drive it in with his left foot into the top corner. Neil and Warner could be very, very disappointed that they don't get somebody on the first header.
I think that was Jimenez with the first header. Really good save, as you said, Michael, by Etheridge. Got down sharply to his right-hand side. But Doherty, I mean, that's a striker's instincts there. And the finish as well on his left foot. Puts his foot on it. Tight angle as well. Harry Arter's on the line. Hits it so sweetly. Blasts it past Arter into the roof of the net. And as we said at the start of the commentary, Matt Doherty's 200th league appearance for Wolves tonight. He's in his 9th season at the club. What a performer he's been for them. And it's a nice way to mark it with the opening goal here.
It was a great finish. It was a striker's instinct.
Camarasa immediately back on the front foot for Cardiff. Seiss is there to leap in and clear for Wolves. Morrison volleys the ball away. Vinagre, the 19-year-old, heads it down to Helder Costa. Back to Neves. Neves curling ball for Vinagre to chase. Morrison read that well, got across and plays it back to Etheridge, who clears quickly with his right foot. Harry Arter leaps and wins the first header. Rawls runs off Moutinho. Moutinho goes down holding his face. Willy Bolly intercepts on the edge of the box. Rawls is in there again for Cardiff. Harry Arter comes steaming forward, and then Helder Costa gets it wrong and slices his clearance out of play. Moutinho's claiming he got caught in the face there. He's saying elbow. He looks okay to me.
He did get caught slightly, but I don't think there was any intent. You're going back to the goal there. That's when you're on the edge of the box as a midfield player, which I was. You mark the edge. Gunnarsson gets done. When you watch it again, he has to stay with the runner. You switch off for 1 second in the penalty area. That's what's going. That's what happens to you. They'll be addressing that at half time. I wish him luck at half time.
So says Michael Brown, who played under Neil Warnock in a very successful Sheffield United side, and looking at Neil Warnock's rather disgruntled face, Michael knows what's coming. Bamber and Etheridge almost get in a mix on the edge of the box. Another player down for Wolves. I think that might be Jimenez. It is Jimenez, who got hurt in the challenge just before that. Nuno wants to come over and have a word with the assistant referee about the challenge. We'll have a look on our monitors at the replay. Throwing towards Jimenez. Ekwel Manga hooks a left foot around him. Maybe catches him on the ankle. Free kick for Wolves. Slows the game down somewhat. Did the goal come against the run of play, do you think, Michael?
I think it did. Yeah. They'd be very, very disappointed. Cardiff. You would have think Cardiff City would have been the ones who would score a goal like that, and Wolves have been a nice silky, but it's the opposite thing has happened to them. But you must defend your box. It was a great run in the first place from Adama Traore. When you're seeing, obviously, Nuno saying there was a couple in the box, but he got his set piece, the pressure was on, and that was his reward.
It's a good point. Time for a stat attack for you. 20 minutes in on a Friday night. I think it's time. Cardiff have now conceded the opening goal in 11 of their 14 Premier League games so far this season. They have not led a game at half-time yet. They have conceded another free kick midway inside their own half. There is another team in the Premier League who've not led at half-time this season. Do you know who that is? It's quite surprising as well. Do you know that one?
Arsenal.
Yeah? Oh, you did know that one. Yeah. Well, yeah, very good. Very good. Top of the class for Michael Brown. 20 minutes gone first half. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Matt Doherty with the goal. Free kick for Wolves, all in white. Black numbers on their backs with very light rain still falling. Neves curls it towards Etheridge and it goes all the way through to him. Dangerous one though, because if Bolly had just got something on that, Etheridge could have been in no man's land and the ball could have ended up in the back of the Cardiff net. Murphy against Cody down the left-hand side. Murphy's got the better of Cody, who's trying to stick to the task here, right down by this corner flag on the left-hand side. Two players linked arm in arm, and Andre Mariner says foul, free kick Cardiff, I think.
When I'm Nuno there, Nuno Santos looking and saying, how can we defend? We've conceded a little bit of late. Connor Cody, excellent defending against the pace of Murphy. Brilliant. That's what he wants to see from his defenders.
Throw in, not a free kick. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, said Andre Mariner in that challenge between Connor Cody and Josh Murphy, but that's twice. And Michael was just pointing out that Murphy's had a good run at him. Gunnarsson launches that into the near post. Patricio comes and fists it away. Gunnarsson again on the half volley, right-footed cross, blocked by Jimenez and headed away for another Cardiff throw. So this will be the fourth attempt at a long throw from Aaron Gunnarsson.
He's struggling to get the distance with that, with the rain coming down here. He's just struggling to get that grip to put the ball a little bit deeper into the penalty area.
Puts everything into that one. Patterson goes down in the box. Andre Mariner's unmoved. Adama Traore now. Terrible first touch. He was almost one-on-one there with Iquel Manga with about 60 yards of the pitch to run. Better first touch there. He could have skinned him.
Oh, he could have. They were countering. It was 3-on-1. It was just a poor touch from him. What an opportunity for him.
He is so frustrating, isn't he?
He is sublime, and then he does things like that when in such a good opportunity. He's exciting to watch. I like watching him.
Yeah. Etheridge clears with his right foot. Patterson tries to win the flick on. Joe Rawls underneath it, just outside the Wolves penalty area. Seiss volleys it away with his left foot. Morrison and Jimenez here battling for the ball, and Jimenez has fouled Morrison, dragged him to the floor, and so Cardiff get the free kick. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Rain increasing in its intensity. So Nuno just pulls his black coat a little more tightly around his shoulders. Swing low, sweet chariot, I think that is, coming from the Wolves fans, going down the rugby theme here in the city of Cardiff. Iquel Manga chips that forward, flicked on by Morrison. Josh Murphy will chase. Seiss is there. Bouncing ball, hooks it away high in the sky. Traore does well, good strength. Chests the ball down. He's clattered by Junior Hoylett, and he wins the free kick. He cost £18 million this summer, Adama Traore. This is only his second Premier League start. I mean, he's a really useful option off the bench, obviously, isn't he, Michael, with his pace. But it's just the touch sometimes and the decision-making. It
is. I think when you pay that amount of money for him in this Wolves team, they would have expected him to be a starter. But it comes down to decision-making. For all the talent he's got to get them decisions right and keep the ball at the correct times like we've just seen.
Free kick. Swung down the left-hand side. Not a particularly good one from Seiss. Volleyed away by Sol Bamba. Wolves get the throw. Doherty takes it quickly. Volleyed back to him by Traore. Here's Doherty. Hoylett behind him. Chips a little ball around the corner. Cardiff have won it back. Josh Murphy will have to chase this down the left-hand side. Seiss covers that. Plays it back to Cody. Cody under pressure from Patterson. Clears it up to the halfway line. Cardiff have it back again. Hoylett chests it down. And Sean Morrison very calmly just let the ball run across his body there to drag Jimenez in, and then runs away from him. Gives it to Iquel Manga. Nice pass down the right-hand side for Patterson, who gets there first. Cody behind him, crosses in with his left foot. Moutinho had that covered well and heads it away. Vinagre clears with his left foot into the Cardiff half. Volleyed away by Morrison, and out for the throw into Wolves. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1.
Just looking, there's a bit of action down on the Wolves bench. Not sure if they've got an injury.
Oh, right. Or change of shirt. For Connor Cody. He's got a bloody nose, it looks like here. Yeah. So that shirt is going to need an extra hot wash, because he's decided to wipe the blood with the shirt before he's taking it off. So Wolves are going to be down to 10 men for the time being. Play has to continue, so the Cardiff fans are jeering because they want Wolves to get the ball back in play. They've done that. Good centre forward play here from Jimenez with Iquel Manga right behind him. Goes out for another Wolves throw, and then Nuno decides to keep the ball at his feet, and with Neil Warnock not standing too far away, I'd be a bit careful with that.
They've showed a bit of grit so far, this Wolves team, for a team that have been struggling. It's impressed me, because we look about that. We know about their talent, their ability on the football, but they've certainly shown that they've got that desire so far in this game.
Vinagre to Traore. Sol Bamba steps in, knocks him to the floor. Traore picks himself up and then hurtles towards the edge of the box. Jimenez goes down, wants a free kick. He's not going to get it. Here's Camarasa. Good first touch to get away from Vinagre. Can't find Patterson with the pass, and Wolves immediately look to counter with the pace of Helder Costa this time. He looks up, curls his left-footed cross, or tries to curl it into the penalty area, but Iquel Manga blocks that at source, and the ball is out for a Wolves throw. Last 20 minutes of the first half, and Wolves lead Cardiff by 1-0. Throw-in taken. Costa gives it back to Vinagre. Very impressive performer at left wing back, in for the injured Johnny, just 19 in his second season at the club. Vinagre, having been on loan last season and made 8 starts in the Championship. Costa manages to keep it away from Arter, then goes flying in on Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson goes down, but play continues. Patterson loops a little flick header up in the air. Cody's back on the pitch, lets it bounce, nods it to Neves. Neves gives it a good clatter away to the right-hand side. Hoylett got sucked in underneath that ball, and Doherty's almost away from him down the right, but Jimenez can't find him with the pass. Hoylett plays it forward to Josh Murphy, and Seiss comes charging in behind him, shoves him to the floor, and Cardiff get the free kick.
I was looking forward to watching Ruben Neves as a midfield player with that technical ability and that lovely right foot. Seen some of the goals he scored in the Championship last season. He's much tougher now in this Premier League. He tries to hit his slightly fortunate diagonal pass, but I want to see more from him on that football, all his ability that he has got.
Just 21 years old, Ruben Neves, and I know plenty of people have already said they could see him playing for one of the really big clubs in this country, maybe, who knows. So looking forward to seeing more of him tonight. Quick free kick from Cardiff. Hoylett left all alone on the left-hand side. Into the area he goes on his right foot, drags the shot low and wide, and behind for the goal kick. But that was a bit sloppy from Wolves to leave him there.
Very sloppy. You know, they're thinking there's going to be that long ball in from the left back area, that big diagonal ball, but they play it out to the left-hand side of Hoylett. But you switch off in the Premier League, they were very fortunate not to be punished.
Goal kick for Wolves. December starts tomorrow, of course, and the football fixtures start to come at you thick and fast. So all the Premier League clubs in midweek action next week, Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Cardiff have got to go to West Ham before they welcome Southampton here a week tomorrow. Wolves are at Chelsea on Wednesday night, and they then go to Newcastle. But a full round of fixtures to be played over this weekend, of course, before that. Callum Patterson thumps the floor in frustration. Thought he was fouled by Bolly there. Jimenez plays it forward. Again, just looking to use the speed of Traore. He's overhit the pass. Nuno's frustrated, screams in annoyance. And the ball is with the Cardiff goalkeeper, Neil Etheridge. And the rain continues to sweep across the Cardiff City Stadium. Camarasa jumps, can't get anything on that ball. Leaps again. Ball now cleared by Wolves. Morrison nods it down. Here's Gunnarsson. That was clever from Gunnarsson. Just let Costa run past him. Little pass up the middle for Patterson. Back to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson looks to his right and finds Arter. Arter gives it straight back to the Icelander, who threads a pass to his left-hand side. Bamba forward to Rawls, and then Rawls with power puts it behind Junior Hoylett and straight out for a throw into Wolves.
It's a great example of Cardiff City's quality. They move the ball, look really nice, 3 or 4 or 5 passes, but then the quality sells. Rawls, a simple pass to Hoylett. That's when they're not as comfortable taking the ball, and that's why people say, why does Neil Warnock play the style he's doing in the Premier League? That is the best suited for these footballers to be able to get results in this league, and everyone has to accept that. Sometimes we're watching games, waiting for set pieces, and we're all like, why is that happening? But they have no choice if they want to get results with the resources that he's got.
Harry Arter runs forward to get onto the ball for Cardiff, and then overhits a pass, and again that was a lack of quality this time from Arter. Just clubs it straight down the middle of the pitch, and it ends up with Rui Patricio. Arter is as frustrated as anyone else. There's an inflatable sheep being chucked around the away end. Good turnout. Good spot. Yeah, no. Just one of them in there, but lots and lots of Wolves fans have made the journey down to South Wales tonight, and they are watching their team leading at the moment and playing out from the back again. Moutinho's ball forward. Traore leaps. Jimenez comes in to help him, knocks it back to him. Traore and Jimenez have done well there. Bamba goes sliding in, doesn't win the ball, and Traore could be away. He's got support on his left-hand side, goes it alone, completely scuffs the shot. It might come back to him in the box here. Still Traore, now possibly looking to lay it back to Jimenez. Can't use that option at the moment. Scoops the cross into the box. Iquel Manga jumps underneath it, and Etheridge slides forward and grabs it for Cardiff.
When you say about Adama Traore being frustrated, that was one of those. He looked brilliant, then he lost the ball, then it fell back to his feet. He managed to, somehow he could have checked back out past a simple pass. He managed to get a fantastic ball in, but again, decision making.
Iquel Manga for Cardiff on the right hand side, slightly overruns it. Neves comes in to make the challenge. Good 50-50 between Moutinho and Arter. Moutinho won that. Here's Vinagre just inside the Cardiff half. Morrison reads his pass and intercepts it, and now Rawls tries to get Murphy away inside Wolves territory. Murphy Poor from him, actually just ran beyond Moutinho, fell over looking for the free kick because he'd lost the ball. Cardiff have it again on the left-hand side with Hoylett. Moutinho committed himself very early there. Hoylett went past him, but then lost it to Doherty. And here is Doherty, the goal scorer, on the right-hand side. Up to Jimenez. Jimenez takes a touch, runs into Gunnarsson. Hoylett has it again for Cardiff. Turns and plays back here to Bamba. Bamba up the left to Murphy. Murphy has Seiss behind him. He's lost it. Traore for Wolves. Back to Moutinho. Just inside the Cardiff half. Along to Neves. Neves quickly turns with Harriata closing in and plays the ball to Willy Bolly on his left-hand side. And Bolly just decides to slow everything down. Helder Costa in a central position. Traore's drifted out to the right-hand side. It's Jimenez through the middle at the moment. Poor ball forward from Connor Cody. Probably a good 7 or 8 yards off target. Hoylett chests it down and gets it back to Etheridge. Etheridge thumps it down the middle of the pitch. Bolly wins the header against Patterson. Bamba's going to get to that first. Awkward run for him facing his own goal. Traore behind him, and Traore's pulled him back there, and so Sol Bamba wins the free kick for Cardiff. Takes it quickly. Cardiff fans urging their team onto better efforts in the last 12 minutes of this first half. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Camarasa to Ekwel Manga. That's beyond Camarasa. He will chase. Bolly under pressure from Patterson. Camarasa's in there, almost wins it. Cody comes charging in, clears it for Wolves, catches Camarasa at the same time, who's down in some pain. But Cardiff will have the ball when we restart.
It was brilliant pressure. Camarasa, excellent play. He was actually overcommitted. It was his own fault. He gets hurt in the process. Connor Cody, it was just too late. He ran over the top of him. It was just his own enthusiasm got himself into trouble.
Yeah, he's taken a right boot in the ribs there as Camarasa, sliding down on the floor. Cody got the ball with his left foot. Momentum then took him into Camarasa, who stays down. So we've got a little stoppage in play.
I think one of the difficulties to find him when Manga gets the ball, Camarasa is naturally a midfield player. He wants to drift inside, but as a right wing back he needs to get on the line at some times to give him an option. He gets the ball, there's no option for Manga at times.
Camarasa's still down. Cardiff have the corner to come. They trail 1-0. Neil Warnock's just in discussions with his bench at the moment, just in case Cardiff need to make the change. Joe Rawls is waiting. All this treatment being delivered to Camarasa on the pitch at the moment, so no chance of getting the game restarted. I think he's going to be okay though. He's hauled to his feet, Camarasa, and he's slowly making his way to the sidelines here. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Cardiff corner to come. Down to 10 men briefly. Nuno just telling his defence to watch out here. 3 of the defenders on the 6-yard box marking space. Rawls curls it into the far post. Bolly heads it to the edge of the area. Hoylett jumps well but gets too much on the header, and it goes looping over the crossbar and behind for the goal kick.
Bolly has been exceptional so far in this first half with his heading ability. He's certainly got the better of Patterson. Any ball delivered in there, he's got it away. Brilliant defending from him so far.
Goal kick then for Wolves. Football coming your way tomorrow on 5 Live. No 12:30 kickoff, but 5 Live Sport on air from midday with Mark Chapman. Our 3 o'clock commentary is the Premier League leaders, Manchester City, at home to Bournemouth, which should be an entertaining game. Ian Dennis and Leon Osman with that one. And then on Sunday, as I said, full commentary of Liverpool against Everton. Alan Green and Robbie Savage at that one for us. And on into the early hours of Sunday morning, the big fight exclusively live on BBC Radio 5 Live as Cardiff win themselves a corner. Fury against Wilder. Will you be tuned in? Will you be fast asleep? Will you be watching replays? Are you a boxing man, Michael?
I like my boxing. I like going to the events, actually.
Yeah.
Nothing better. I'm not a huge fan, but I'll certainly try and watch the fights, especially the big ones.
From 4 o'clock Sunday morning, BBC Radio 5 Live, the BBC Sport website and app. Corner for Cardiff, they're trailing 1-0. Deep into the far post. Morrison with the header down. Couple of blocks in there. Comes back to Arter. Oh, he hits the upright with the left foot strike. And then a right-footed effort on the half volley from Camarasa is skewed badly wide. Harry Arter is yet to score for Cardiff. He won't come much closer than that. And we were sitting in that wonderful position, Michael. We're right behind the angle of that shot. And actually, you could just tell as it left his left foot, it was always bending away.
You need to see this effort. What a wonderful strike. It's a great ball into the back post. Morrison keeps it alive. We talked about keeping that pressure on from the edge of the area. Arter from the right hand side addresses it with his left foot. It's that fader that goes away, and it hits the top of the stanchion where the post meets the bar. It was a brilliant effort.
Into the last 10 minutes of this first half, Wolves leading through the Matt Doherty goal. Nuno frustrated again, jumped up and down like a little child in the technical area there as Wolves lost possession. Cardiff have given it away. Again, just a lack of quality on the ball there for Cardiff, and it could be trouble for them. Vinagre on the left-hand side, up to the edge of the box, dummies the cross, keeps going down the left. Quellmanga sticks with him, just keeps that ball in play for Cardiff, and then knocks the clearance right along the byline. And did that go out for a throw or a corner in the end? Not entirely sure. Yeah. Corner, I think, just judging by the way the players are lining up. And Wolves, of course, scored from a corner earlier in this half. The goal came in the 18th minute of the game. João Moutinho is the man to take it. Places the ball right on the edge of the quadrant, getting a bit of stick from the Cardiff fans in those stands right behind him. Runs on the spot quickly before curling it into the near post. Patterson is there at full stretch to head it away. Nice left-footed ball from Neves, just taking the pace off that for Moutinho. Knocks it back into the path of Neves. Corner of the penalty area. Goes for a low curler. Ball runs to Traore on the turn. Jimenez now gets it. Back to Neves. Hits it powerfully, but curls it wide and behind for the Cardiff goal kick.
Great pressure from Wolves. That's it, falls again to Neves. That's when he's on his right foot, and you think that he's the curler. He had one bite at it, it came back to him, and he had to try that again. That curler he did so well last season, and he tries to reverse it to the near post, but poor effort in the end.
Josh Murphy just getting some instructions from the Cardiff bench there on the role he is playing this evening. By the way, if you're not an early riser, the replays of that Fury Wilder fight will be on Sports Extra starting every hour from 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. Etheridge clears with his right foot. Neves wins a header, ball dropping on the halfway line. Neves gets on to Quellmanga's clearance, gives it to Costa. Costa and Quellmanga shoulder to shoulder. Costa stumbles not once but twice, and Quellmanga just lets the ball run away and behind for the goal kick. And Helder Costa can't believe he's not been given a free kick for either of the challenges on him. Might have tripped himself up actually, and then as he tried to get up, just a bit like Bambi on ice, couldn't keep his feet.
There was a slight nudge and he falls down, but Andrew Moran has been very, very consistent. He's let the play go on as much as he can. Great from the referee. We want to see that continuing and keep the play moving.
Not seen a yellow card yet either, have we?
Good, hopefully it stays like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to see that. Well, unless there's no doubt, I certainly got a few I didn't deserve.
And a few you probably did as well.
Oh, I'm not sure, Ollie.
Etheridge with his right foot clears. Good leap by Patterson. Hoylett tries to get onto that, and Roman Saiss into this Wolves team this evening is there first. Knocks it out for a throw. Thrown quickly to Rawls. Down the line to Murphy. Saiss has that covered as well. And it goes behind for a goal kick. I wonder what Nuno has seen, Michael, the reason for bringing Saiss in tonight. So he's gone with that same back three all the way through. I know they're in a little run. Do you think sometimes just changing one position can make the difference?
It does. Is there an injury, or has he just done it? Is it tactical?
Well, Bennett's on the bench,
but we don't know what he's definitely got. But we'll have to change something. Do you know when something's not right, you've got to try a little thing. We thought about, would he actually change his system and his beliefs after losing 1 point in 5 games, and we thought, would he play a back four? Would he change that mentality? But as Jermaine said in the build up, they haven't done too badly, so he will continue.
Doherty clears under pressure on the turn from the Wolves byline. Jimenez on the turn, and his little pass forward is blocked by Sol Bamba, out for a Wolves throw. 5 minutes remaining before we're back with Darren Fletcher at half time, on air through until 10 o'clock on 5 Live Sport this evening. 5 Live Football Daily will be there for you, ready tomorrow morning. Best place to go now to get all your BBC podcasts is that BBC Sounds app, if you don't already have it downloaded. And that Peter Crouch podcast, the latest one, is there for you on that as well. It's a Kits episode that I was listening to in the car on the way to the game this evening. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Traore and Bamba jump together on the halfway line. Ball falls for Rawls, plays it low and left to Hoylett. Hoylett brings it forward 6 or 7 yards down the left-hand side. Infield to Camarasa. Camarasa is forced back by Neves. Sol Bamba gets on the ball and strides forward. Rolls it to Camarasa again. Gunnarsson knocks it to his left-hand side. Here's Rawls. Comes in field. Back to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson just dinks it back to the left. It's Josh Murphy who's pulled out this time. Then swings in a high cross towards Patterson, who wins the header. And then a complete miscue by Camarasa, who was going for the first time strike in the penalty area. Free shot. Difficult skill to execute. And Wolves have brought the ball away with Costa down the left-hand side. Again, this is Helder Costa against Aquel Manga, and Costa just teasing him at the moment, just dangling his left foot in front of the ball. Aquel Manga's not making a move just yet, but he's done well, the Cardiff right back, because he's won it. Camarasa then tries to dart past Neves on the right-hand side. Neves gets a foot on the ball, and it's out for a throw to Cardiff.
It was a fantastic opportunity, great ball into the box. Morrison keeps it alive yet again. There's someone on the edge of the area for that shot. Camarasa just rushes there. It's a great opportunity for him. It sort of hits the top of the ball and the ball doesn't move. It's a brilliant chance again for Cardiff City.
A couple of minutes remaining in the first half. Wolves leading Cardiff 1-0. Cardiff starting tonight in the bottom three. The ball is out for a Wolves throw inside their half. They'll take their time. Bolly just bounces the ball down to Vinagre, and he holds it high above his head. Jimenez comes running towards him, now tries to turn Aquel Manga, volleys the ball hopefully into space where he wants Traore to run into. Bamba chests it down twice. Did really well there, Sol Bamba. That was awkward. Finds Sean Morrison. Morrison digs his right foot under the ball, floats it down the right-hand side. Patterson jumps with Vinagre. The ball falls to Neves. Traore on the turn. Bamba stepped in front of him, had to win it and did win it. Feels he was fouled. Andre Mariner says, well, I saw it, but I'm playing an advantage here. And
great referee.
Arter has it. Plays it to Hoylett on the left-hand side. Are we going to get a late head of steam building up from Cardiff here in the closing stages of the first half? Josh Murphy up to the edge of the area, left-footed shot, deflected. Oh, Patterson goes down in the penalty area. Andre Mariner immediately shakes his head. He was looking straight at it. My question there, Michael Brown, would be, why go down if you weren't fouled? Because he could have headed the ball on goal. It
looked like he could have had. It was again a ricocheted pass. It was up in the air. He gets the nudge and goes down. There is a nudge, and I'm sure Neil Warnock, if he asks for a penalty, we're trying to look at it again. He could give it.
He bumps him. Vinagre turns his back. That's the strange thing. He turns away from the ball, and there's not much contact, but he bumps him.
He's very fortunate that he gave the referee an opportunity to give it.
Corner for Cardiff. Rawls curls it into the far post. Bamba was threatening. Good defensive header. Hoylett nods it down. Sliding in is Patterson. Patterson's hurt. Wolves can't get the ball clear. Morrison lays it back to Rawls. Rawls just thumps it into the back of Neves. Traore scoops it away. Wolves could be dangerous on the counter now. Blue shirts come charging back for Cardiff, trying to close this down. The ball forward from Jimenez is not the best. Aquel Manga is there, and it's back with Etheridge. So there's the question at half-time. Should Cardiff have had the penalty? Next season, we will have video assistant referees in the Premier League, so we'll be looking at that kind of thing again. And it's one of those, I guess it is a subjective decision, probably one of those where the referee would be called to the side of the pitch to have a look at the monitor himself. He could easily have given it.
He could have given it. I think the one thing that gave the doubt to Andrew Mariner was that Patterson looked. He waited for that contact and then went down. He anticipated the contact. And he was right to. You do that as a footballer. You wait for the contact. But because he looked, I think the referee just thought he'd bought it too much. But yet again, he shouldn't have even been touched in the area.
Would have been a difficult header as well to get any power into, because the ball was looping up in the air. So I just wonder whether Patterson was making that calculation as well. Cardiff didn't get the penalty. Wolves lead 1-0. Jimenez controls an awkward ball just inside the Cardiff half. Pace picking up here towards the end of the half. Just a minute left here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Rain continuous as Doherty has the ball on the right-hand side, plays it into the feet of Costa. Bamba sliding in to win the challenge, and not only win the challenge, but win the throw-in for Cardiff as well. 30 seconds left, so they're going to have to get this forward quickly if they want to score before half-time. Arta rolls it sideways to Morrison. Morrison looks to his right-hand side to Akwel Manga. Manga is going to throw it forward up towards Patterson. Patterson has a lot to do, can't bring that ball down, and he is breathing heavily as he hits the floor. You can just see his chest rising and dropping as he lies on the wet pitch. The ball is back with Rui Patricio, who bowls it out with his right arm. Roman Saiss clears with his left foot. Helder Costa can't control that. Bamba has it covered, and the half-time whistle blows, with Wolves leading this game by a 1-0. The cameras focus in on Matt Doherty, the goal scorer. As you said at the time, Michael, actually Cardiff had started the game a bit better. Ironic in a way that Cardiff conceded from the set piece.
Especially a set piece. That was a good ball in. It was a great header from Jimenez, but it was the reaction from Gunnarsson, just that little bit slow. He does him on the back post, and Doherty, no doubt, great finish with his left foot. But Cardiff fought back. They had a wonderful strike from Arta. They'll put the pressure on there with Victor Camarasa, almost just couldn't get the ball away. So they've kept the energy levels up. Great team spirit we're seeing from Cardiff. That's a minimum for them, but Wolves have done very, very well defensively.
70th birthday celebrations for Neil Warnock, falling a little flat at the moment, but another half of football to come. Half-time at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. I like it, very good. Thank you, Darren. Second half is underway. Cardiff kick us off. Blue shirts, white numbers on their backs, playing from right to left in this second half, trailing 1-0 to the Matt Doherty goal 18 minutes into this game from a Wolves set piece. Only disappointment here at half-time, Michael Brown, we couldn't get you your Bovril.
I was desperate to get a little cup of Bovril, but the queue was very, very large.
You were also giving me a little culinary tip on how to improve. Oh, hang on a second. Here we are. Cardiff already on the attack. Camarasa's ball right across the face of goal and behind for the goal kick. So before I give everyone the lineups, how do you have your Bovril? You just add a little something, don't you?
A couple of sachets of pepper.
Do you? Yeah.
Wonderful at football. When you're freezing cold, you've got to do it. I had it as a boy.
Yeah.
So it's always there with me. And there's been a discussion that not everybody can find Bovril at football matches.
Well, this came up on that Peter Crouch podcast, where Tom Fordyce, who's a part of that team, announced that you could no longer get Bovril at football, and apparently it got the biggest response throughout the entire series, with loads of people getting in touch saying, what on earth? Of course you can. But we just couldn't get one this evening. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. So an early look at goal for Cardiff in this second half. Another one from Josh Murphy here, and it's a right-footed shot that Rui Patricio always had covered, and he lets it hit the side netting. Neither managers made a change in personnel at half-time. Cardiff have gone back 3 tonight of Bruno Akwel Manga, Sean Morrison and Sol Bamba. Neil Etheridge is in goal. Junior Hoylett at left wing back. Camarasa at right wing back. Gunnarsson in front of that defence, with Rawls and Arta ahead of him. Callum Patterson playing off Josh Murphy up front. Helder Costa well tackled by Akwel Manga. Right-footed ball downfield. Nicely cushioned header from Connor Cody, but Wolves have given it straight back to Cardiff, who came flying out of the traps in the first half and had a good sort of first 10-15 minutes before Wolves scored, and had a good end to the first half as well. And as Michael was telling us in the first half, having played under Neil Warnock, he will certainly have got stuck into his troops again at half-time. Costa flicks a little ball up in the air. Traore comes back to try and win it for Wolves. Rawls gets the better of him. Josh Murphy with his back to goal. Lovely little bit of skill and nutmeg on Moutinho. Murphy will remember that, of course. Here's Arta. Arta tries to burst through a couple of challenges from Neves and Costa. He can't do that. Thinks about fouling Costa and decides against it. And now here's Adama Traore on the right-hand side. Bamba came flying in, missed his tackle. Traore dinks it over Gunnarsson, still going through the middle to Jimenez. Jimenez turns it back towards Traore, and Camarasa is there chasing back for Cardiff to get the ball, bring it out of his own box, and slowly roll it back to Neil Etheridge. Crucial intervention.
Crucial play from Victor Camarasa. Brilliant, unselfish, recovery for his team. Again, we watched Adama Traore get into that area. It's a little ricochet to get him away. Then he manages to make the right pass on this occasion.
Wolves team, Rui Patricio in goal. Roman Saiss has come into the back three instead of Ryan Bennett this evening, alongside Connor Cody and Willie Bolly. Michael, you picked out Bolly in the first half in particular, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought he was excellent, especially aerially. He started this nice and bright with a great, setting the move off before stepping out of defence, going past Arta. He looks really commanding tonight.
Vinagre at left wing back, Doherty the goal scorer at right wing back, Neves and Moutinho in the middle of the 3-4-3, Helder Costa, Adama Traore and Raul Jimenez through the middle. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Wolves looking for a first win in 6 Premier League games this evening. Here's Rawls. Wins another throw for Cardiff left-hand side. There is a towel hanging over the hoardings here, which Aaron Gunnarsson may well use. Didn't see one in the first half on the left-hand side or the right hand. There is one down here on the right-hand side for him, but he didn't use it. But he's certainly going to use that one to get the ball as dry as he can. And he's going to use the hoardings as well to launch himself off and sling this ball into the Wolves penalty area. Patterson goes down holding his face. Aerial challenge with Doherty. Referee might have to stop play here because it's a head injury. Aquel Manga spotted it, floats the ball out to the right-hand side, and the referee has already blown his whistle.
He's holding his right shoulder, I think, there. Something happened in the build-up. He's gone physically into it and just maybe caught his arm, might have lifted up and just hurt his shoulder or his collarbone.
It's remarkable, isn't it, Michael, that he plays right back for his country and up front for the Premier League team. I mean, that is, there cannot be too many who've done that.
No, they can't. But this is what Neil does. You have to create different people with personnel that you've got to be. There's a lot of talk here. Why does he do that?
Yeah.
But he's got the best out of him. He's got him for free. So it's amazing what he's done with this squad. And you look at the riches of Wolverhampton. They've spent again in the summer. Will continue to do so. But that's what you're dealing with. It's all about a team ethic, a team mentality, and that work rate together. Yeah, well, I was looking at the two squads at the start of this game. You're not missing any action, by the way, because Callum Patterson is still receiving treatment to his right shoulder. And when you look at the players that Wolves have signed and the clubs they come from, so you're looking at the big boys from Europe. You're looking at Sporting Lisbon's keeper João Moutinho, from Monaco. And then some of the guys who've been made permanent signings who were on loan last season, so Bolly from Porto, Vinagre from Monaco, Jota from Atletico Madrid, and then Cardiff, obviously. I mean, they've signed Josh Murphy from Norwich for a big signing.
A big signing for them, but you're not talking those European heavyweight clubs, and that's where these two clubs are. I think you look at Cardiff spend possibly £20 million. You look at Fulham's at £100 million. That puts it into perspective. If Cardiff can stay up, it'll be an unbelievable achievement. And I think Wolves again, they need to stay up in this league. They could get sucked back in with with the performances that they've had of late. But once they start winning a few games, people saying this Wolves side should actually finish 7th, 8th, could they touch Europe? For me, it's just about them staying in the league and then developing again into the next summer. Josh Murphy has it for Cardiff on the left-hand side. Now he wants a corner, wins a corner. Saiss with the challenge. So early set-piece opportunity for Cardiff in this second half. Callum Patterson is back out there, and just as he put his shirt back on, we saw his shoulder quite heavily strapped. But he is going to continue to fight the good fight for Cardiff. Camarassa's delivery into the penalty area, that's not the best. Headed away. Wolves have everyone behind the ball, so Aquel Manga's got time here to float another ball into the Wolves penalty area. Patterson decides not to jump, comes back to Gunnarsson, dipping volley, doesn't quite get it right. It's probably going over, and it also went wide. That is a goal kick for Wolves. Cardiff play that long ball in again, but there's our man, Willie Bolly. Fantastic aerial header again to see the danger off for Wolves. Gunnarsson takes it on his chest. It's worth a try, but it wasn't the greatest of executions. Patricio with his left foot for Wolves. Bamba came from a long way off to win that header. Clatters, takes everyone out in his path, including Junior Hoylett, his teammate. Doherty went down as well, he's okay. And Wolves have the throw. Sol Bamba, who was a very good interviewee on Match of the Day after his late winner against Brighton a couple of weeks ago, when he ripped his shirt off and didn't get the yellow card for it. There was a lot of talk in the build-up to that goal. Here's Gunnarsson playing the ball to Camarasa. Good start to the second half by Cardiff. They're trailing 1-0. Camarasa just slows it down, plays it to Aquel Manga on the right-hand side, steps infield, back to Gunnarsson, 10 yards inside the Wolves half, back to Manga, up that inside right channel to Camarasa. There's Bolly again to try and win it back. Rawls just floats a little ball over to the right. Camarasa's here, Vinagra's back to win it for Wolves, gives it to Helder Costa, and Costa just holds it up on that left-hand side, and Wolves play back to Bolly. Bolly under pressure from Arter, dummies a clearance with his left foot, and hits it long with his right. Bamba's lost the flight of this, and Jimenez gets underneath it and hits the right-footed volley well wide. But Bamba just got in a bit of a pickle there.
He did get in the pickle. It was Willy Bolly. This man is a Cruyff turn. As your left side is centre half. Cruyff turning. He plays a fantastic long aerial ball, a big diagonal ball. That Sol Bamba looks like he's in control. As you say, loses the flight. Very fortunate that the execution of Jimenez wasn't very good.
Just looking at a couple of the Cardiff substitutes being spoken to at the moment. One of those is young Kadeem Harris. Gunnarsson with a flick on inside the Wolves half. Neves with an overhead clearance. Gunnarsson puts a foot on the ball. Traore gets there, fouled by Bamba, and that's a free kick for Wolves just inside the Cardiff half. Joe Rawls is going to try and slow that down. Moutinho's looking for an option right and left. Great noise from the Wolves fans at the moment. Loads of them in the old gold and black shirts on this rather damp night, although the rain has finally stopped here in South Wales. Wolves win another throw as Hoylett blocks the ball forward from Doherty. Bamba wants to get it back pretty quickly. Cardiff have 35 minutes left of this game to try and find themselves at least the equaliser. Doherty looking for an option here, just short of the penalty area on the right-hand side, in towards Jimenez. Lets the ball run across his body. Gunnarsson makes the challenge on the edge of the box. Rawls plays it to Arter. Arter runs away from Neves. Played forward, intercepted, and Manga clears. Cody read that. Gets a good header on the ball. Nods it all the way back downfield and finds Etheridge. Neither of these two teams have found goals easy to come by so far this season. Wolves have 12, or had 12 before the start of tonight, in 13 Premier League games. They've now got 13. Cardiff have just 11. Header forward from Rawls. Hoylett was clever there, just backed off because he knew Doherty was going to head the ball to him. Couldn't control it. Doherty clears. Morrison heads it forward. Traore does control it and does well to escape the clutches of Arter and Rawls, and Wolves work it quickly to the left-hand side. Vinagra with a bit of pace coming forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 step overs there. Past Camarasa, who tried to haul him down. Play continues. And now it's Moutinho in central midfield. Cross here to Neves. Neves pokes it forward with his right foot. Costa tries to do a Manga on the outside. The Cardiff right back makes the tackle. It's a Wolves throw.
Ruben Vinagre is trying to get into this game, trying to make things happen. Wonderful fast feet, right step over, left step over, then checks back onto his left foot. He's trying to impress, he's trying to show that he's worthy of this place, especially, as he's not had too many opportunities.
Huge confidence from the 19-year-old. Adama Traore now, 25 yards from goal. Finds Jimenez. Jimenez thinking about the shot, slides in the pass. Doherty just beaten to it by Bamba, who is just in time for Cardiff and knocks it behind for the Wolves corner. Now then, what are Cardiff complaining about here? 4 players surrounding the referee, possibly, I think, for a handball shout in the build-up to that move. I think that's what the problem is. So if it does lead to a goal from the corner, they may feel they have a grumble there. But let's not forget, last time we were here, they scored a late winner through Sol Bamba, which I think probably should have been ruled offside, although it would have been a very difficult one to call with the naked eye. Chris Hughton certainly felt so. So you get your luck in some games, you don't get it in others. Corner for Wolves. They lead 1-0, and with a win will head back into the top 10 of the Premier League. Moutinho delivers it, headed away, bouncing ball. Hoylett flicks it forward. Josh Murphy now looking to get Hoylett away down the right-hand side. Costa has it covered, lobs it forward with his left foot. No one there for Wolves. Etheridge decides to go and collect it in the right-back position. In his bright orange outfit, clears with his right foot, chested down by Neves. Moutinho plays it back to Doherty towards Traore. Traore is able to turn. Backing off him can be dangerous. Runs into Rawls, goes down and picks himself up again. Back to Moutinho. Moutinho spots space on the left-hand side. Very nicely brought out of the sky by Costa there. Laid back to Neves from range, straight at Etheridge, and that was dipping in the air, so he decided to punch it away. Neves will have another go and doesn't get this one right and slices it wide and behind for the Cardiff goal kick.
Neves, it's a wonderful strike. That's what we're talking about. His right foot, what he possesses there. It's a wonderful strike. It comes back to him. He tries to hit another one, and then it's the poor one. Last season, one of those would have went in.
6 goals last season, a couple already this season. One of the 6 last season was a very good free kick here, which gave Wolves the 1-0 win against Cardiff. 69-year-old Neil Warnock, hands dug deep in pockets, turns 70 tomorrow. And needs his team to find a goal from somewhere, and needs his team to make sure that Wolves don't find another. Traore's got really powerful upper body strength as well. That was a great battle between him and Bamba. Look at the skills from Bamba down the left-hand side. Got past Moutinho. Doherty had a lucky swing at that and won the ball. And now Vinagra's in quite a lot of space on the left-hand side. Jimenez wants it in the middle. That's a dreadful cross. Gets away with it because Camaras's blocked it, and it's gone behind for the corner.
Big Sol Bamba dancing down the left wing with wonderful feet, but then he finds himself out of position, and then Wolves sniff that danger when the back four is not intact. Goes down the left-hand side and the pressure's on. Great opportunity for Wolves.
Another commentator's stat coming your way in a second, because we're almost 15 minutes into the second half. Not a thrilling one actually, but I think we might as well get it out there. 3 Wolves players gathered on the edge of the penalty area. Bolly, Seiss and Doherty, and Cardiff are picking them up man for man, but Wolves go short with the corner to Costa. Back here to Moutinho, closed down by Hoylett, who blocks the cross, plays it to Costa. Moutinho will get another go onto his right foot. Costa's going to make the run outside him. He's going to use Costa as well. Now just stands that ball up over Etheridge. Camarasa swings a boot at it. Jimenez goes down, and it ends up in the hands of Etheridge quite fortuitously, and he gets Cardiff on the counter. Josh Murphy, caught by Neves, wins the free kick on the halfway line, and the ball very nearly comes our way. It lands 3 rows in front. So here we go. We've had 20 Premier League matches between 2 promoted teams since the away team won one. So 7 draws and 13 home wins when promoted teams have met each other in the Premier League. So at the moment the away team is winning one, so that run could end tonight. How exciting is that on a Friday night, Michael?
Thank you very much for that. I was looking forward to the ball coming over. I was going to see what your touch was, Ali.
Padded coat, probably be all right, I think.
Would you have headed it in your headphones?
Rawls plays the ball forward with his left foot. Morrison's underneath it for Cardiff, trying to win that awkward bouncing ball. Crosses block, comes back to Arthur, who hit the woodwork in the first half, towards Patterson, couldn't control it, scooped away to the edge of the area. Gunnarsson hits a volley in there, desperate defending at the back. Connor Cody this time just wallops it anywhere. Aquel Manga knocks it into Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson immediately floats another high ball into the Wolves penalty area. Doherty nods it away. Jimenez powers it forward with his right foot. Aquel Manga is there, down the line to Camarasa, who's got company but keeps the ball for Cardiff. In the centre circle, curls the ball away to his right hand side, and Aquel Manga is there. Comes back to Gunnarsson again. We're into the last half hour of the game. Cardiff 0, Wolves 1. Patterson flicks the ball, takes another knock on the head. Hoylett just keeps that in, down by the corner flag on the left hand side. Onto his right boot, curls the cross in too close to Patricio, who lets that bounce to the floor and grabs it at the second attempt. Talking about being struck by flying objects at sporting events, I have once, wearing headphones, been hit by Brandt Snedeker's tee shot at the Open Championship, but it caught the headphones. Luckily I had them on rather than my head. Yeah,
that was a close one.
It was a close one, yeah. Jota.
Did you tell him off?
No. On you go. I think he was probably more cross because it went flying off my head and landed in thick rough. Here's Rawls on the right hand side, flicked into Murphy. Just trying to hook that on to Patterson first time, didn't make any contact with the ball. Cardiff are threatening here, but they just can't find that one clear-cut opportunity, and obviously Wolves will offer the threat on the counter. Jota getting ready to come on, top scorer for Wolves last season, started the first 9 Premier League games of this season, but has been used off the bench more recently. Doherty's fouled Hoylett, free kick Cardiff in a dangerous attacking position, and we think Bobby Reid and Kadeem Harris are both coming on for Cardiff.
Great opportunity now to put the pressure on. Can they get this goal? I think they deserve the goal. I don't think they deserve to be losing this game. But again, his set pieces are key. One little lapse in concentration, you give the opponents that opportunity to go ahead.
Let's look for the big men then. Sean Morrison, the skipper, yet to score this season. He's standing around about the penalty spot. What are you telling me there, Michael?
From the wide free kick and the corners that they've had so far, that Cardiff have had nobody across the front. It's hit a Wolves near post man every single opportunity.
What are they going to do with this one? They're going to go deeper with Rawls. Ball, Morrison was up there, couldn't get a header on it. Drops to Arter, hits it brilliantly and wide. Oh, he struck it so well with his right foot. It's gone flashing across the face of goal, and it's taken a touch on the way through because the referee's given a corner. We'll have a look again. It was headed away from Morrison. Arter struck it. He has come so close this evening. Cardiff getting ready to take the corner. It flicked Cody on the way through. Otherwise, that was in the back of the net, and it would have been 1-1. Is he going to get a third chance tonight? I mean, both of them are really difficult ones to hit. Flick down. Gunnarsson! Top corner! And Cardiff are back in the game. They deserve to be so. 20 minutes into the second half, Aaron Gunnarsson gets his first goal of the season with a flying volley from close range. And listen to what that means in the Cardiff City Stadium. Cardiff 1, Wolves 1.
The stadium is absolutely jumping. You can see the joy. It's been coming. Wonderful strike from wonderful strike. It falls into Gunnarsson. Instead of going for the header in front of goal, he takes that touch. It's like a side volley and smashes into the top corner. They thoroughly deserve this opportunity.
Right, double change is coming. I think Bobby Reid is coming on. Celebrations continue here. And Aaron Gunnarsson, who Andy Gillies, our producer at the start of the evening, likened to Tyson Fury in terms of looks, although Tyson Fury's lost the beard now. I was listening to Mike Costello this evening. He said new day, new man, new look. So Gunnarsson no longer is our Tyson Fury, so that means it's a fairly tenuous link. As I tell you, we've got exclusive commentary of the fight at 4 o'clock on Sunday morning.
I think Gunnarsson's been keeping that beard, waiting to score a goal. Now he can take it off. Now he can take it off.
Okay. I tell you what, Harry Arter's going to be a bit annoyed because he's hit two absolutely wonderful volleys with his left foot and his right foot. And Gunnarsson was at much closer range, but you're right, Mike, it was an interesting choice, wasn't he? He chested it down, which just took a little bit more time.
It did, and you're wondering, is it going to sit back for him? Is he going to lose the opportunity?
Right, Jota's involved early on for Wolves on the edge of the area. Cardiff with defending to do. Good ball in. Jimenez heads it over the bar. 25 minutes to play. I think this could be a really lively last 25.
A great comeback from Wolves. It's a wonderful ball. Jimenez has been quite a threat in the air. You can see off the first goal. He gets across that front post with a glancing header just over the bar on this occasion.
Kadeem Harris has been told to sit down, Michael, so it was going to be the double change. Bobby Reid's come on. I tell you what, I wasn't paying a blind bit of notice there to who's come off. Is Josh Murphy still out there? I'm not sure that he is. I think it was Murphy.
Yeah, it looks
come off for Cardiff. Oh, Bamba right through the back of Traore, but referee says it's okay. The two of them jump again. Traore wins the battle this time. Everyone is up for this now. The noise inside the stadium is fantastic. You can tell the players as well are right at it because both desperate for the win tonight.
They both need this win. If Cardiff can win, it'll be massive for them. But can Wolves come out of it? It's going to be interesting now. This last 25-30 minutes or so, the atmosphere is incredible.
Ball given away by Cardiff. Mati, free kick for the challenge on Hoylett as danger was building for Cardiff. Down Wolves' left-hand side. So 22 minutes gone, almost midway through the second half. BBC Radio 5 Live. Cardiff 1, Wolves 1. 3 o'clock tomorrow, your Premier League commentary is Manchester City, Bournemouth. Your usual service, Ian Dennis, will take you around all the grounds. Reporters at all the Premier League games, other games in the Championship, Leagues 1 and League 2, all the scores on the doors as they come in. We've got full commentary of the Merseyside derby on Sunday. Kicks off at 4:15, and as I said, the big fight in the early hours of Sunday morning, Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder. Aaron Gunnarsson gets ready to take the throw, and neither team, you feel, wants to settle for the point, which should make the next 20 minutes or so very entertaining, listening and watching. Another long throw is about to make its way into the Wolves penalty area. Aaron Gunnarsson eschews the use of the towel this time. This one's about level with the edge of the 6-yard box, and Sean Morrison has just jogged his way actually beyond the byline at the moment as Gunnarsson throws it in, and he's looking for Morrison. There's 2 men on Morrison. It's cleared away to Gunnarsson. Gunnarsson lays it back to Rawls. Rawls curls that ball into the far post, headed away by Bolly. Camarasa controls it inside the box, taken off him here by Jota. Jota has it for Wolves, inside his own half, looking for the killer pass, sweeps it away to the right-hand side. Gunnarsson has to win that challenge against Traore, and he does so. Cue huge roars from the home fans. Bobby Reid plays it back to Harry Arter, and Sean Morrison gets on the ball, and you can feel Cardiff's confidence really grown as well in the last few minutes.
The confidence has grown, the supporters are willing them on. There's one pass back and they're like, no, forward. It's the desperation here for Cardiff to do well.
Etheridge clears with his right foot. Cardiff's keeper down the middle of the field. Patterson with a little flick. Bobby Reid's trying to run off behind him in that role that Josh Murphy was playing until he went off. The ball is knocked out. Took a deflection off Patterson, so it's a Wolves throw on the left-hand side. And Cardiff's mascot, whose name is on the back of his shirt, Bartley, that says, number 99, is a bluebird anyway, and he's skipping up and down the touchline in front of us, trying to get the Cardiff fans involved. Wolves getting ready to make their first change of the second half. Cardiff have a free kick on the halfway line. Morgan Gibbs-White, I think that is, who I'm really looking forward to watching live, actually, for 20 minutes or so. Very, very promising young player, just 18 years old, local lad. They spotted playing in and around Stafford as an 8-year-old, has come right through the system. World Cup winner for England's under-17s back in 2017, and starting to make his mark in the Premier League for his club as Ekwel Manga goes along. Bolly is there again for Wolves. He's been an absolute rock at the back. Arter tries to get onto the loose ball, can't control it, then goes sliding into the hoardings, stays down, he's off the pitch, so play can continue. So Cardiff are down to 10 men. Arter's flat on his back. Wolves are away down the left-hand side. Jimenez is here. Into the penalty area he goes. Outside of the right boot. Morrison with a brilliant interception at the near post to stop Jota scoring. Harry Arter is okay. Back on his feet. Look out, he's behind you. It's almost pantomime season, and he's called offside as he comes back to nick the ball away from Neves, I think it was, and almost get Cardiff away on the counter.
I can't stop laughing. He's behind you. Arter comes off the pitch when he's been down. We thought he was injured. The physios were waiting to come on. Bolly doesn't see him. He comes to pinch it off him. Immediately, obviously, linesman offside. But very, very, very strange passage of play.
Right. I suppose the referee in the end there became the pantomime villain. We're into the last 20 minutes. Gibbs-White is getting the instructions for Wolves getting ready to come on. Who's going to be able to find a winner? The momentum of the game at the moment would suggest the home team, but Wolves obviously with the likes of Traore and Jota have that quality, don't they?
They do have that quality, and the more Cardiff open up, that's when they can be hurt. Wolves are still going for this. We've seen in the last 5 minutes or so, they're trying to still go, make forward passes. They're not a team to sit back and just hold it out. They want to go for it.
It's Michael Brown with us on 5 Live this evening. Cardiff 1, Wolves 1. Throwing down the right-hand side, comes off Gunnarsson's shins and goes out for another Wolves throw on the right. Doherty comes jogging forward. Whistle blows, so here comes the change for Wolves. And Traore's off. So Adama Traore is replaced by Morgan Gibbs-White. Cardiff fans jeering Traore as he leaves the field, who, as I said right at the start of the night off air, has got a bit of a sort of evil gremlin look about him with that haircut. And I didn't know whether you were going to get that reference, Michael, but you're obviously an 80s kid. You knew your gremlins. I think he was called Stripe, wasn't he?
I was very impressed that you asked me about the gremlins. I said I think you were being kind to me, to be honest.
Here's Willy Bolly.
But that's an interesting thing for him, Traore. Why he takes him off, he's looked quite bright to me. But if he's not playing, the 90 minutes will be tough for him. So I think he wants to keep the intensity up, so he brings him off. He's not sure that he can last the 90.
Just see how Wolves have rejigged in a second. Free kick, Cardiff, just inside their own half. Oh, and the referee's gone down, tripped up by Morgan Gibbs-White. Didn't spot him behind. It is pantomime season now. The Cardiff fans, well, everyone has loved that inside the stadium, and actually fair play to Andre Mariner. He went and had a little chuckle with Morgan Gibbs-White, and he's got a big smile on his face as well. I think we're going to be seeing that one again on social media.
He's lucky it's an experienced referee who sees it. He knows. He actually rolls over, does Andrew Mariner, and it had to be the young boy White.
Now ball into the edge of the area. Patterson goes down on the edge of the box. Cardiff fans scream in hope of a penalty or a free kick being given. Not given. Throw into Cardiff on the left hand side. All happening here. And Gunnarsson, what are Neil Warnock and Aaron Gunnarsson chatting about here? Shrugging, laughing, joking. I don't know what's going on down there.
This is what I like to see in football. Martin Atkinson coming to the front, Neil Warnock, Gunnarsson, all laughing about what's happened to the referee. We want to see them smile. We want to see players enjoying them. Sometimes I think the supporters are unsure, that they think they're not taking it serious when they're doing that. But I've had some funny things over the time happen on the football pitch that it does make you smile, it does make you laugh. You want to enjoy playing football.
Just over 15 minutes to play. Cardiff 1, Wolves 1. Morrison charges in to win a header. Ball high on the halfway line. Bamber nods it sideways and out of play for a Wolves throw, which Doherty will take. Steps forward, throws it down the line towards Jota. Morrison behind him. Gibbs-White lets that bounce and then offers himself for this throw in from Doherty in towards Jota, again up against Morrison. Hoylett has a swing and a miss. Air shot there as he tried to clear. Throw in for Wolves again. Gibbs-White brought that down beautifully and turned in the same movement on his right foot. Strokes a pass towards Neves. Neves controls that really nicely as well, just opening his body up to cushion the ball with his right instep. Saiss plays it forward to Jota. Gibbs-White makes the run. Harry Arter tries to cut the ball out. Arter steps in. Now he tried to make the tackle and he's down hurt. Neves lines up another dipping shot and it's swerving wide and behind for the goal kick. Harry Arter's in the wars in this second half.
Again, it's just that energy. Harry Arter's trying to get into challenges. He just gets there too late. That's how you can get yourself hurt. You're trying too hard to do well for your team. Falls to Neves. He tries again to get his shot away, but again, not great quality.
Yeah, it was Arter trying to get off Jota, and as he got his foot in, he caught the bottom of Jota's studs, hasn't he? He's kicked the bottom of his boot. Kadeem Harris is going to get his time now for Cardiff. Scored an important goal in the home win against Fulham. Harry Arter is coming off. Kadeem Harris is coming on. 15 minutes to play here on 5 Live. And Harry Arter gets himself a standing ovation and is having to drag himself from the field. Also gets a high five from Neil Warnock as he goes through. Whistle blows and we're ready to get back underway. Neil Etheridge clears.
He's worked extremely hard there, Arthur. Harry Arter, very, very great energy just for the team. All about teamwork from him today.
Gunnarsson got a nudge there from Gibbs-White. Talking 80s references, Gibbs-White, that's a cameo hairstyle. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say cameo? Word up. Do you remember cameo?
No.
You don't?
I'm a lot younger than you.
You are, that is true. Some people listening to me hopefully will remember cameo.
Cameo, Gremlin.
Yeah, all the 80s references for our younger listeners. Halfway line, free kick for Cardiff. 14 minutes to play. Rawls with his left foot up towards the edge of the box. Morrison making a nuisance of himself. Cross comes in from the right hand side. Hoylett just lets the ball fly over his head, collects it on the left. Doherty closes in to put pressure on him. Back to Rawls. Rawls swings a high cross in. Morrison chests it down. Patterson misses. Reed shoots. That's blocked. Comes back. Hoylett with the corner. What a fabulous goal from Junior Hoylett. That is very, very special. And it puts Cardiff 2-1 in front. A right-footed curler that went swinging over the head of Rui Patricio. Wonderful finish. Cardiff 2, Wolves 1.
Oh, match of the day. You have got to watch this strike. Amazing effort by Junior Hoylett. It comes out to him. He curls it right over the goalkeeper. It sort of goes in off the crossbar. It's a wonderful finish.
Oh, what a sweet strike. Watching it again from Junior Hoylett. Doesn't try and hit it too hard, Michael, does he? He strokes that beautifully
A few of them in the build-up tried to snatch at shots. That's where they made the mistake. He just showed that composure, curled it. The goalkeeper with his stretching right hand over his head could do nothing about it as it goes in off the underside of the crossbar. They look so much better when they go in off the bar.
Two things that make that goal more aesthetically pleasing as well. Goalkeeper at full stretch, one, and in off the bar, two. It just adds to it, doesn't it?
It does. And if you can't wait to see that, if it could be the winner. You're on the pitch now thinking, I've just hit a fantastic goal. Can it be the winner?
As it stands, that's a goal that's taken Cardiff out of the bottom three. It'll be 5 defeats in 6 games for Wolves. They're trying to respond quickly here with Moutinho, and you feel Cardiff now will come under pressure in the last 10 minutes or so. Doherty is tackled by the hero Hoylett, and the ball eventually goes out for a Cardiff throw. 10:30 tomorrow night, match of the day, BBC One. I'm sure you will see that goal. His first Premier League goal of the season, playing at left wing back.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. We talked about Callum Patterson played out of position. He's played at left wing back, predominantly going back into left back at times, doing the efforts for the team. He's a forward player, as we know, a wide attacking player. He's got no problem with doing both sides of the play. Wonderful team effort. And for players who do that, they deserve a goal at times from me.
Friday night could be party night for Cardiff City fans, and certainly Neil Warnock on the advent of his 70th birthday has Junior Hoylett just wrapped up a nice little 3 points for him there with a dainty bow on top. Just over 10 minutes to play. Cardiff lead Wolves 2-1. They trailed 1-0. And as I say, the 3 points will take them above Huddersfield, Palace, Burnley and Southampton ahead of the weekend action. It'll put them on 11 points as well in total. Cavallero getting ready to come on for Wolves. Here they come again, the visitors down the left-hand side. Jota, left-footed cross, deep, beyond Jimenez. Doherty will chase, and the ball is out. I've got another 80s one coming your way, by the way. This is Ivan Cavallero coming on. Mark Lawrenson every week on the BBC Sport website does his predictions head-to-head against have you seen him? Do you know who it is? You know who it is, don't you?
Go on.
I was going to do an impression of him from an 80s film, and I was going to say, I must break you. Do you remember Ivan Drago? Yeah.
There's some strange predictions in that as well.
I've not seen him actually.
Some strange predictions. Liverpool 0, Everton 3.
From Ivan Drago, from Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
Right, okay.
He's an Everton supporter.
Certainly not from Loro. Loro's not going to be saying
that. He's an Everton supporter.
Right, got you. I wonder if that's to do with Sylvester Stallone, because I remember he was at Everton as well, wasn't he? Went to go and watch a couple of games there. Anyway, Cardiff 2, Wolves 1. Back to the important matters of the evening. And if you fancy having a go at that every week, by the way, on the BBC Sport website, you can pit your wits against Mark Lawrenson and his predictions. Dolph Lundgren has had the go this weekend. Who is that that's down? That's Seiss. Seiss is down for Wolves, in pain. And Connor Cody, just watching him in a leadership role there, Michael, just going round to every player at the moment, isn't he? Sort of saying, come on, right, 10 minutes, let's get something out of this.
He wants to keep driving on. It's brilliant now. When you watch these passes, these little, these dull spots now where someone's injured, all of them over to the staff. All of the staff are off the bench, offering drinks, offering energy. Those little energy gels to give you that little bit more in these last 10 minutes of the game, whether it be a particular drink for a particular player. All of the Cardiff staff are forward, giving that little bit of information. It's about concentration levels now. When you're tired, 10 minutes to go. How do you see out football games? This is massive now for Cardiff City. Can they see it out?
Vinagre is coming off here for Cavallero. Seiss is off injured at the moment, so Wolves are down to 10 men. They're trailing 2-1. And like I say, it's going to be a 5th defeat in 6 games, and they're at home to Chelsea on Wednesday, and then away to Newcastle next weekend. So the games are coming thick and fast, and when you're in a run like this one, suddenly every fixture starts to look very, very tricky, having started this season brilliantly with just 1 defeat in the first 8 games. Throw-in for Wolves on the right-hand side. 8 minutes to play. Cardiff leading Wolves 2-1. Jota twisting and turning to Jimenez. Jimenez trying to find Gibbs-White. Lays it off to Jota. Space on the left-hand side here. Cavallero just on the field. Weak shot. Straight at the keeper. Easily saved.
Great pressure from Wolves. He should have done better. Cavallero, it comes from on his right foot, his favourite foot. You'd expect him to go right across the goalkeeper, but very, very tame into Etheridge's hands, and the relief of the supporters in the stadium.
Still feel another chance or two is coming their way, don't you, Michael?
I really do, and it depends. If Cardiff sit in too much, that will keep coming as they go. It's this last 10 minutes, come on.
Bobby Reid can't control it. Willy Bolly plays it forward. Cavallero's overhit that pass. That's really hard one for Jota to track down, and Sean Morrison does exactly the right thing, gets his body in the way and lets it run behind for the goal kick.
It's going to be interesting now tactically where Cardiff see the being. Will they keep with that back three when they've got attacking players in Junior Hoyler left wing back, we've got Camarasa as right wing back? Will they keep with that system? Will he go to a back four or a back five almost that don't move? You see Kevin Blackwell now, Neil Ward.
They're arguing.
They will be arguing. They don't see eye to eye, and that's what's brilliant. Kevin Blackwell will tell him, I don't agree with you, and Neil will say, then it's the ultimate choice. You want that from your assistant though, Ali.
Blackwell was shouting something on there, and Warner was going, hang on, that's not what I want. And then the two of them had a tete-a-tete, and now they seem to be in tandem.
What's brilliant, I've heard so many times that I can't repeat on air, it goes something like, Kevin, go and sit down, I've had enough, I'm not listening to you. A bit stronger than that.
Yeah. Michael Brown, who of course played under Neil Warnock for many years at Sheffield United, watching the game with us this evening. Neil Warnock celebrating his 70th birthday tomorrow. Cardiff have got the ball where they want it at the moment. It's down in the Wolves half. Seiss is struggling here. He's really hobbling back into the penalty area. Another long throw on its way. If Cardiff can get another, you think that would be job done. And by the way, it wouldn't only lift them out of the bottom three, it would be 3 wins in 4 home games, and it is all about the home form you feel for Cardiff this season. Sean Morrison has gone forward again. Long run taken by Gunnarsson. A higher loopy throw into the box. Morrison underneath it. Rolls with the drive. Oh, right across the face of goal and behind for the goal kick. That would have won it.
It would have. You watch Gunnarsson, the long throw goes in. Wolves can't deal with it. They keep the pressure on. Forster rolls. He smashes it. Again, just that little defection from the Wolves player sends it just past the post.
Yeah, another corner. Again, that's another one that could easily have gone in had it not taken that touch. You feel that Cardiff, the way they've gone at this in the second half, having been 1-0 down, really do deserve to take all 3 points from the game. But Wolves will have other ideas. Willy Bolly is saying to the referee, can you hurry them up please? 5 minutes to play. Cardiff 2, Wolves 1. Corner into the Wolves penalty area. Good delivery. Bolly is there to head it away. Gibbs White nods it forward, bounces past Jota. Here come Wolves on the counter, and Cardiff don't have too many back, and Wolves have real pace with Cavallero. Slightly scuffed first touch. He looks up and assesses his options, gets that cross in towards the far post, and Gibbs White half volleys it over the bar. Difficult chance, he couldn't quite keep it down.
Goes from one end to another. You look like Cardiff. Could they take the lead at 3-1? Wolverhampton Wanderers counter-attack brilliantly. Cavallero down the right-hand side. Be patient. He puts a great ball in. Gibbs White in the back post for an opportunity to equal in this game. It just rising for him with his left foot and his side foot over the bar.
Could have had an 18-year-old spoiling a 70-year-old's birthday there if that had gone in. 5 minutes to go.
You're winning 2-1, and you've got a set piece. How many do you commit to try and score? That there for me needs another one back for Cardiff, just to bolster that, the attacking, so they don't get done on the counter attack. Maybe
something to be discussed between Messrs Blackwell and Warnock at a later date. First things first, got to get the 3 points and move out of the bottom 3. Doherty throws the ball down the line. Sol Bamba intercepts. Another throw in for Wolves. The ball is in with the Cardiff fans, so they're going to take their time returning that. 3.5 minutes to play plus added time. Cardiff 2, Wolves 1. I've been here for the 2 wins for Cardiff this season, and when that full-time whistle blows when they came, as Cavallero nods it down to Jota, the atmosphere inside this place is every time it's like they've won a trophy.
Well, they realise these supporters what they're witnessing, to be in the Premier League and in December to come out of the bottom 3. Unbelievable achievement. If they can do it, I do feel Wolves still will have another chance.
Well, let's see. 3 minutes plus added time to go. Bolly has been immense. Wins it from Bobby Reid. Gibbs White with a cheeky little back heel to himself. Plays the ball back in field to Connor Cody. Cody across to Syce down the line to Doherty moves away from Hoylett infield, steps over the ball, little right-footed pass to Neves. Cardiff forced Neves back, loose touch from him, which is unusual. He's kept the ball, and here's Bolly on the left-hand side. You can feel the tension building amongst the Cardiff fans around us as Wolves build this move up towards the penalty area. Gibbs-White lays it off to Jota. Jimenez in the middle, Moutinho's in the middle, Doherty's in the middle. Gibbs-White with a low ball, intercepted by Aquel Manga, who just clears it high in the air. Bolly wins another header, powers that forward. Jota chases, Cavallero gets it for Wolves, plays it back to Gibbs-White, 25 yards out with the curler, too high and behind for the Cardiff goal kick.
The pressure was on. That's when you get the young player. And Gibbs-White, as he got that composure, he goes to really fire the ball across the goal, where maybe it's just a dink ball to keep it alive, keep the pressure on. He let Cardiff City off the hook there with the ball going out for a goal kick.
Neil Etheridge gets ready to take that goal kick. He will take his time. Aquel Manga is hobbling. Attendance this evening is over 30,000 inside the stadium. Great turnout from the Wolves fans. As we've said, 30,230 has just flashed up on the big screen. Headed forward by Syce, who's been struggling with a knock in the last few minutes. Moutinho, that's intercepted by Gunnarsson. Minute and a half to play. Cardiff leading 2-1, looking for a third win of the season. Kadeem Harris, who will be fresh, plays it to Camarasa. Cavallero in with the challenge. Cardiff have the throw. It's inside the Wolves half. Cavallero's holding on to the ball there. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. He needs Cardiff to get on with this. Camarasa's going to leave it for Bruno Aquel Manga. Neil Warnock looks tense. He's been here before. He's been here 1,500 times before or so in his managerial career. But this win will be a sweet one if Cardiff can pull it off. Aquel Manga's throw, headed away by Willy Bolly. We're into the 90th minute of the game. I'm guessing 3 or 4 minutes added time maybe?
Yeah, there's every chance there's 4 minutes with all the substitutions. It's about game management and having the right positions on the edge of the areas when they actually in build-up. That's when they're the most vulnerable, this Cardiff side, with the ability that Wolves possess.
Doherty chips a pass down the right-hand side. Jimenez gets there ahead of Bamba, beats Bamba on the outside. Bamba chases, Jimenez's cross in, volleyed away by Sean Morrison, nicely controlled by Junior Hoylett. Everyone in front of us stands up and just waves Hoylett down the pitch. That is a poor pass forward. He's given the ball straight back to Wolves. Into the last 10 seconds of the 90 minutes. Added time to come. Martin Atkinson is waiting there to put the board up. Bolly plays it down the left-hand side. Jota looking for Cavallero. Morrison steps in, clears it. That'll be a corner. 5 minutes. 5 minutes of added time for Cardiff to try and hang on for a precious 3 points that will lift them out of the bottom 3 and up to 15th in the Premier League table.
I've just seen Neil Warnock say 5 minutes. That's always the thing, you know you're holding off, and to have 5 minutes psychologically, it gives the away team that little lift.
Set piece to defend for Cardiff. Kadeem Harris jogs back to the far post. Cavallero launches it to that far post. Gunnarsson heads it away, chested down. Moutinho drives it, gets underneath it and smashes it over the bar and swears at himself. And Cardiff have themselves the goal kick. Bruno Aquel Manga is standing over Sol Bamba, who is down flat on his back. I've just got to make a mental note to myself as well. Cardiff win tonight, they get to 11 points. And Chris Sutton, I think as part of the wind-up, said that Cardiff this season wouldn't get past Derby's record low points total of 11. Was it 11? I think they got 11 in that Premier League season, which means that Cardiff might have equalled that this evening. So just make a little mental note to have a word with Chris.
Mr. Chris Sutton will be certainly waiting for you on your show tomorrow night.
Well, he's not doing it tomorrow.
Oh, he's not?
No.
You can send him a text.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be in touch. Danny Mills is taking the calls with me on Sunday evening. Jason and Robbie taking the calls tomorrow night on 6:06 as Camarasa brings the ball forward. We'll hopefully hear from Cardiff fans over the weekend. Junior Hoylett's decided not to cross it into the penalty area. Just wants Cardiff to play keep ball. They're leading 2-1 and it's his wonderful right-footed curler that may well have won the game and got this precious 3 points. Neil Warnock has been urging those home fans to stay with the team and really roar them over the finish line. 3 minutes of added time to be played. Cardiff win another throw inside Wolves territory on the left-hand side. They're managing this pretty well at the moment.
They are. Victor Camarasa, for me, has been immense in this football match. He's been everywhere. We talked about him defending early on in the second half. A great recovery run. This wonderful feat. Junior Hollyoak now keep it in the left-hand side. They've got to game manage this and see the game off.
Gunnarsson's throw forward to Patterson. Volleys it infield. Gibbs-White was half-tripped there. Kept going. It's knocked out for another Cardiff throw. My stopwatch says 2.5 minutes remaining. Gunnarsson will jog over to take this. So if Wolves are going to find one more chance, that has to come very, very quickly. But Cardiff at the moment just keeping the ball and keeping it down in the Wolves half, and the joyous atmosphere continues to build as Cardiff close in on the 3 points. But Wolves have it, and they bring it away with Willy Boly. Boly's pass forward to Cavallero on the left-hand side. Jota makes the move outside him. Jota takes a Manga on the outside, chips the cross into the area. Jimenez jumps, the ball loops high in the air, nodded back down into the box here. Cardiff are struggling to clear. They've got a chance now, and Camarasa is there and puts his right foot through it with, what have we got? About 90 seconds to play.
Immense pressure from Wolves at this moment in time.
Sice's ball into the box. Gibbs-White jumps for it. Moutinho heads it forward. Cavallero with another header. Bamber is there to nod it away. Cardiff 2, Wolves 1. Patterson just turns, smashes it downfield with his left foot. And Rui Patricio comes running out of his penalty area, taking a risk here. No, he's going to let it go for a throw because Bobby Reid was closing in. Patricio takes the throw and launches it here to Sice. Sice has got to go forward quickly. Long diagonal. That's over the head of Gibbs-White. Manga does exactly the right thing and nods it back to Neil Etheridge. Cardiff 2, Wolves 1, a minute to go. And Neil Warnock is just checking on the timing with the fourth official, Martin Atkinson. If it's going to come for Wolves, it's going to come in the very last minute of the game. Doherty heads it forward. Gunnarsson tries to nod it out of play. Hoylett actually keeps it in play, knocks it down the line. Connor Cody is there for Wolves. Rui Patricio gets on the ball, plays it to his left-hand side. 40 seconds and counting. Cardiff closing in on their third win of this Premier League season. Wolves give the ball away. Can they get it back? Yes, they can. Neves has it. He's lost it again. Willy Boly wins it. Now Cardiff have a chance to kill it. Here's Camarasa on the right-hand side. Bobby Reid in the penalty area for him. Camarasa, though, is going to hold on to this. He is going to slowly make his way towards the corner flag, invite the challenge. The ball's gone out of play for a goal kick, and Wolves have about 15 seconds to try and score a goal.
Extremely tense. Camarasa tries to keep it in the corner. He managed to just lose out to kill those extra few seconds. It's so tense here.
Right, 5 minutes of added time are up and the whistle blows, and Cardiff have their win. Neil Warnock celebrates his 70th birthday with a massive 3 points that lifts Cardiff out of the Premier League's bottom 3 up to 15th. They came back from 1-0 down to do it, and the winning goal, Michael Brown, from Junior Hoylett was a stunner.
It was an absolute worldy goal. He curled into the top corner, in off the bar with the outstretched goalkeeper. No chance. It was a worthy winner. From a game where you're thinking, who would score the special goal? Would it be the talent of Wolves or the hard work of Cardiff? Well, it was the opposite way round tonight.
Cardiff up to 15th, third Premier League win of the season, 5 defeats in 6 games for Wolves. Some thinking to do on the way home. Final score, Cardiff 2, Wolves 1.